I'm gonna try to make a video listing every symptom I have as of right now. I had to remake this because the video cut short. I had to free up some space. The worst is crazy insomnia. I never feel tired. I never feel sleepy. I'm always wide awake. The only way for me to sleep is taking tons of medication. And when I do, usually it's not for long periods of time. Um, Also, like I lay down for quite a long time, and then eventually it's just I start having vivid dreams, and then I wake up. Um, this night I seem to have slept maybe 5 or 6 hours, with tons of vivid dreams, but that's a rare for me because I think it was only one go to. Usually it's very fragmented, so it's like I sleep 1 hour, and then maybe I manage to fall asleep and I sleep another hour, and then maybe I manage a third time. That's usually how it goes. Um, what else apart from insomnia and never feeling tired or sleepy? I can't feel my body externally. I can feel touch, um, but my torso is kind of like I can't feel my heart. I can't feel kind of my stomach in a way. It's very hard to describe, but it's ruining my quality of life a lot. Well, all of this is ruining my quality of life a shit ton. But that is particularly horrible. I also have a very high resting pulse. Even when I'm sleeping, it can go quite high. Sometimes I will get crazy heart palpitations, or not heart palpitations, but like a racing heart out of nowhere. Um, Apart from that, I don't have basically any. I almost have no snot in my nose. Like if I got a paper and blue, nothing would come out. Not to be in that way, but like if I feel there's basically no. It's not same thing with the earwax. Um, I have like no earwax at all. If I take a Q-tip, I could stick it like all the way, and it's only gonna have like a tiny coloration of yellow. There's no actual gunk. There's no earwax at all. They're open all the time, all the damn time. It's not normal. What else? There's so many things, and I said so much in the other video, but now when I'm trying to redo it, it's like it's not coming to me in the same way anymore. I have, oh yeah, I have these weird muscle tremors, twitches, um, tingling sometimes. Um, it's like parts of my body, they're like kind of rhythmically like twitching in like a cloud of micro twitches together. Since I lost the feeling in my torso, I feel a little less here. It still occurs though. It's more in other parts of my body where I feel it now. Um, I'm not sure quite what happened that I lost the feeling, but it feels like it's connected to the twitching, burrowing, whatever the fuck it is. Because I remember distinctly when it happened, when it went away. I had a lot of those twitching tremors, whatever, and eventually it was like they all kind of melted away, and the feeling on my chest disappeared with it. And maybe the same is gonna happen to the rest of my body. I don't know. But those twitches and everything, they were in like my core mainly. Maybe chest muscles, so the muscles here. What is it, pec or whatever? I don't remember. Um, my back maybe, my butt, my legs, like my thighs or the back of my leg. Not really in my forearms or my lower legs though, I think. Uh, oh yeah, racing heart, high pulse. Apart from that, I think I have bad circulation right now. My feet seem to be warm, but they tend to be very cold, so I wear like double socks even though it's summer. Also, my skin, I don't get edemas, I think, if I just press down and yeah, it bounces back. But not if I have something sharp or something like in the very like shallow parts of the skin. I get way more indentations, way more things like that um, that I previously would never get, and they last a really long time too. But not, I don't get the big pits. It's just the outer layer that seems to be more shitty. Another thing, this is not gonna appear on camera very well at all. Maybe you can see it. But it seems like I get wounds. This is from an ER, EKG, ECG, I don't know what it is in English, where they have like a vacuum and it's been a long time and it's not going away. It doesn't seem to be healing. So it's like, I notice the healing seems to be worse, but not as far as I've seen when I've gotten a flesh wound, it has coagulated fine. So that seems to be working, but it seems like the bruising or whatever, not bruising maybe, but whatever you want to call that, doesn't seem to be working the way it should. Um, what else? I've had some kind of muscle coordination problem. It feels really strange walking sometimes. Um, I also have akathisia, um, eye twitches, evidently. Mm, also seem to have, I'm not sure what to call it, like a wobbly balance. Sometimes I get dizzy in a way, not in a nauseating way, but more in a, um, it feels strange or weird, or I can't really, I feel like I need to sit down or something. Um, sorry, there's been a lot of interruptions in the video. I'm not sure what I have mentioned so far because of the interruptions. But I notice when I sleep too. I got one of these, the Fit 3. It's not terribly accurate when it comes to sleep, and apparently none of the trackers are really great when you have disordered sleep anyway. But the heart rate seems to be good, and it seems like when I'm sleeping, my heart rate goes to 40, and this doesn't measure lower than 40. So who knows how low it goes? But it goes from like 40 to like 130, I think 120, all throughout the night, which I feel like that should not be the case. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong about that, but it doesn't look great. Um, what else? I am definitely missing some things, and this list is probably so short so people think it's no problem at all, and that's just so far from the truth. And I am just getting more symptoms, more problems every single day. And I don't know what to do because the psychiatrist just throw meds at me, and they They see no need for any kind of investigation, any sort of thing at all. They don't care. And apparently, they don't do sleep studies either. They can't send anyone, even though they are supposed to be the ones. I've had it told to me by doctors personally that the psychiatry is, the place that knows sleep best, that have no sleep. How they cannot send you to do a sleep study is totally beyond me. Um, the ER can't do anything because it's like, oh, are you not in terrible pain or whatever, or anything like super basic? They just say, oh, you're healthy, get out of here, pretty much. Um, Primary care has banned me. Essentially, they've written it into my journal that I should always be referred to the psychiatrists, and that essentially I should always be denied any kind of care or investigation or anything because they took one blood test that checked the I don't know the name in English, but it's hypophyse in Swedish. When I said I suspect I have damage or some kind of problem with my hypothalamus, not the hypophyse into hypophysen, not the hypophyse, but the hypothalamus, and sure they impact each other somewhat, right? Because apparently, is it dopamine or something interacts with prolactin or whatever. But you're still, the blood tests that they took on me were still about the hypophyse, not the hypothalamus. And they didn't show anything unless it's something about the way it cycles. Like they took a single screenshot of my blood, that day or whatever, and it seemed to be fine. So they concluded after that one blood test that no, you don't have any problem at all. You just have anxiety, which is such bullshit. It's such bullshit. I know this video was supposed to be just symptoms, but it's hard not to go off topic or ramble or say anything more. Because how am I supposed to? I'm trying to document, I'm trying to advocate, I'm trying to do anything and also get things, off of me, get it out of there, get it out of my mind. Because, like, no one is listening. So if no one is listening, I might as well just talk to myself and upload it to YouTube. This shit is so frustrating. It's so freaking frustrating. I just want to have my life back. It wasn't a great life, but I would take it. Like, it's so nice just being able to sleep, being able to enjoy eating, being able to, watch, videos or play video games or go outside or do things, whatever, talk to friends, and just have no care in the world. And now it's like I'm acutely aware of everything, and my health is just getting worse and worse. And no one is taking you seriously. Everyone is gaslighting you. No one wants to listen, not even your family. Even my mom says she understands. She doesn't. She was on my side for a while until she wasn't. And I always tell her, you don't believe me, you don't trust me, you don't listen to what I have to say. And she says, yes, she does. But then other moments, she will be like, oh, if you just take sertraline for me, do it for me. And then things need to change, things need to be better. As if this isn't, SSRI problem, serotonin problem. And it's like being angry at me, and I tell her, like, you're kind of blaming me for all of these problems, and she denies it, but then she will actually do it, in another instance. And I'm not saying she isn't doing a lot for me. She is. Not advocacy, not um, support in that sense. Not, you know, trying to work with me. No, but she is taking care of me because I can't take care of myself as it is right now. She's helping me, making meals and helping me go to bed. And um, and when I say helping me go to bed, it's like it feels very scary being alone as it is right now. I don't want to be alone because I'm very ill, and I don't know, like, if something happens and I don't have anyone around, then I'm just fucked. Because how am I gonna seek help if I'm like unconscious or something? Um, she is doing a lot for me, but she doesn't understand. She doesn't truly listen. Sometimes maybe she does, but then she changes her mind. Um, my friends mostly don't listen either. And I mean that quite literally. A lot of them just kind of ignore me now. A lot of them ignore me. I I've noticed this video is gonna be way off. It's not gonna be just symptoms, but yeah, I've noticed a lot of friends maybe are not as good friends as I thought they were. Um, in like every category of friend. Um, what else do I want to say? I still have a lot of time if I want to. It's just everything is fucking difficult, and I'm not getting any support at all. There are some Facebook groups, however, insomnia groups, where I've met some very few rare people that seem to have, honestly, very different seeming problems to me, but something that we all have in common is never feeling sleepy, never feeling tired. Not tired and wired like a lot of people talk about in the insomnia forums. Not that. Just never feeling tired, never feeling sleepy. It was like the other day when I was talking about visiting neighbors or whatever, in the evening or the afternoon or whatever. I noticed my body was feeling horrible. It was feeling shitty, but I was not sleepy. I was not tired, but I felt the need to sit down. I felt, uh, it's so very hard to describe. Maybe my muscles didn't want to, work. Maybe somehow the energy needed to do stuff just wasn't quite there. But I was not tired. I was not sleepy. I was still like wide awake. And it's a very hard thing to describe. You know, I don't think a lot of people are gonna understand it or get that. And it's very weird. Um, I'm very careful nowadays with how I use my body. Because it feels like I don't get any recovery, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I tried lifting a bucket, a heavy bucket. I got this. You probably can't see it. Oh, maybe you can maybe see it on camera. I got this like stretch mark. Seems like I just get like stretch marks whenever I either use my muscles or I bump into stuff or something. The stretch marks seem to heal after a few days, but they appear very easily anywhere on my body, really, where there's some kind of muscle or something. And that's not something they used to do at all. Also, I basically don't sweat. That seems to have changed a little bit, because I noticed on the backside of my back there was sweat when I was walking a lot, some sweat. But it seems my body in general doesn't seem to really know how to sweat. Apparently, there are some tests you could take, but God knows if that exists in Sweden. But essentially, what they do is they put this like powder or something all over your body, and then try to induce sweating. I think it's like a high temperature room or something, or they make you do something, and then they see like how much you sweat and where you sweat. And I definitely feel like my body has lost some of that function. I don't know how much I have left. Apparently some, but it ain't what it used to be. That's I can just say that about literally everything right now. It ain't what it used to be. It really ain't. Uh, Another symptom, if I want to get back to those, I have a really like sore throat. I don't know what's going on. I haven't gotten it checked out, and it's like when I go, I don't want to waste time going to primary care for something that isn't like related to my major problems, because I feel like they're just gonna see that as me trying to, me having health anxiety. Oh, everything in my body is wrong. Blah 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 blah. Not like they're gonna let me go there anyway. Um, Maybe I should end the video here, because I don't know what else to say. Maybe I can say that I think it doesn't help that I'm visibly, apart from my swaying my body and my eye twitching, it's like I appear to be capable, I appear to be intelligent, I appear to be normal, maybe. Just because I don't have full blown dementia or slurred, like super slurred speech, they think everything is fine. And it's just such bullshit. Um, I have noticed this way before I had any of these problems or suspected, connected problems to this. I do notice. I do notice. I don't know when it started. Maybe it was like 2025. Maybe it was earlier. But sometimes I would like slur my words a little bit, or like mispronounce words. I don't know if that was just like normal, or if that was, maybe like related to this. But it doesn't seem to have gotten like worse necessarily. Maybe a little bit worse. But generally, maybe it's not related. But what I'm for sure that it is related. This insomnia, the muscle twitches, the tremors, the let's say call it heart problems, and all encompassing whatever. Um, Temperature problems, eating problems, drinking problems, hunger, thirst, temperature problems. All of that seems to be related. I'm pretty sure I have some form of dysautonomia. Um, but I feel like if I could just get normal kind of sleep, normal restorative sleep, and get my sense of being tired and sleepy back, if I could get that back and I could get back normal sensations in my body, the rest is fine. I don't mind if I have muscle twitching. I don't mind if I have something like that, as long as I can sleep properly and I can feel my body properly, so I can like be normal, and then give me cramps instead or something. But it's like I can't sit here and like try to haggle with reality, you know. That's not how it works. Uh, or maybe hopefully that is how it works, because that would be sweet. Um, but what else can I say? It's like raining now, so I don't really want to go outside. Um, and I just hope I can get some like vindication. You know, I wanna talk to some doctor or something that actually fucking believes me and is willing to examine me and see like, hey, let's figure out what's wrong. Let's figure out exactly what's wrong, and then see, okay, well, how can we treat this? How can we make your life better? And at the psychiatry, they don't do that. They just they have almost no time apparently for you, and they just hear like a they just essentially judge you, and then they decide, oh, all of these medications, here, take them. I've decided you should take them, so you take them. And they don't tell you anything about those drugs. They don't say why you should have those drugs. They just say, oh, take these drugs. And they don't go into any detail about side effects, any detail about how they're supposed to work or how they're supposed to help you. Nothing. It's just like a drug treadmill or something. Treadmill, whatever. They just try to push drugs on you. And I already have strong drugs. I mean, I'm on a fucking very strong antihistamine plus a lot of other things. Like it's like a atypical antidepressant, and it impacts so many different things. I have melatonin. I have fucking Zopiclone, which is very strong, and it's like you're not supposed to be on that long term, but here I am. I'm on it long term now, because like, what else am I supposed to do? I couldn't get any sleep otherwise. Like, what am I supposed to do? Um, yeah, in primary care, they just decided I have anxiety, which anxiety is just a symptom anyway. That's not a diagnosis. That's not. And like, who the fuck wouldn't have anxiety when their body's doing all of this shit? And you never get to have like a normal moment. And you're suffering. You're suffering. Of course, you have anxiety, but that doesn't say anything. And if anxiety was the primary cause, then surely just having fun, doing good things, all of that stuff would help you. Because if it's primarily anxiety, if that's what everything is coming from, then it should get better when you treat anxiety, and it doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better with CBT. It doesn't get better with benzos. And now I shouldn't even take benzos to begin with, since I'm a zombie clone. So, uh, so it's like, it's not, the primary cause is not anxiety here. And I'm running out of time on the video, so that's all I'm gonna say. And this turned out to be, not just symptoms, but a long ramble. Uh, I'll see if I make another one. Maybe.